Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We got the dollar index there this morning. TGIM, thank goodness it's Monday. And we see on the, where's it at right there? We see the dollar index. Why am I not getting that? Okay. Oh, it's waiting for the ad to end. There we go. And so we see the dollar index trying to actually find a daily sell. And where's the weekly at? Weekly's doing this. It's very close to the edge. Finally, after all this time, we'll see. I mean, if we get into a weekly sell on this dollar index, maybe it's a sign of the change in direction of the interest rates. And as you can see, let's do this too. Let's take a peek at. You can't see it on there. Let's put it up on you see it on J4X. Let's put it up on the other chart. Where's that mouse at? There it is. And it's around here somewhere. Oh, it's wrong mouse. That's why. Alrighty. And right there you can see, here's the daily trying to break back down again. And you can see the weekly for a change is really very, 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 very close. Very close. You can see the fast on the weekly has broken down right there. The daily is the slow, or the weekly slow, is on the edge. It's at only 0.06. That's some of the closest we've seen in this product since basically the end of July. So yeah, we went into the July. We finished off the month going into a fast algorithm on the weekly, and it climbed from the basically the 102.5 area, something like that, down in here, all the way up to the 107 area over, let's see, so August and September, and here we are finishing off October. So it was almost a 3-month move on the upside. Aha, there's the Robin. Hey, Robin. Stanley. Hey, Stanley, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, hey, yo. We're all doing fine here. It's a Monday, so we're kind of shaking our heads off a little bit after a weekend. And it's interesting to watch the marketplace we're seeing a dollar index starting to show that weakness, which is interesting. And then we have, the pairs trades. I saw where the euro against the dollar is actually flirting with a weekly sell also. We're seeing that type of action starting to kick up, which might be the beginning of something. There's a headline story on one of the websites I follow. They said something about record buying calls on TLT, which is supposedly fund managers are enormously short bonds at the moment, and so they're buying calls to hedge their risk, and so it's basically a straddle. In other words, if you're long one side and you're long the other side, in other words, if you're long the long side and you're long the short side, in derivatives, it's a straddle. It's like a seesaw. So that's floating around. And let's put the just really quick take a peek at, there it is right there. You see now the bond is in a daily buy here. That's a 30-year bond, and they're putting pressure on it today, but it's still above the zero line. Now we can move that over still, because it's still not in a weekly whatsoever. It's been in that weekly sell now since kind of the same time period with right there. You can see it back in July, in the beginning of July. It went into the weekly sell, up in the 128 area, 129 area, and here we've traveled all the way down to the 10. What is that? The low is the 107 area, 107 and a half. So 107.24, like basically 3/4 or something like that. So because they trade in 30 seconds, so each tick is a 30 seconds. So there's 32 ticks instead of, if it's 10 ticks, everything would be a dime, and it would be 10 ticks to make the full point. In this case here, they divide it by 32, so that's a 0.3125. So they trade bonds that way, and so you can see they've pushed it all the way down from the 128.29 area down to the 107 and 3/4 area. It's a good drop. It's a pretty decent drop in there. And so if Maybe they're going to try to put a little bottom in here and lift it up. That might instigate the stock market to think about moving up. It's hard to say. But at this point, you can see on the S&P 500, we are still in that weekly sell again, just like everything else in the beginning of August of this year. And the pressure has been on from the 4,600 area down to the 4,150 area. But I think we even got lower to 4,122. So there's pressure on these indices, pressure on the bonds, pressure on the currencies, and we're expecting to see some type of turn possibly. We just need to see our math turn. In other words, we need to see this lift up. We'll go through it at the end of the webinar, but if anybody else wants, I can easily do it right now. But we plan on taking a look at all of the 5 stock indices. We'll take a look at the cryptocurrency, so forth and so on. As we take a sip of our tea, we'll stop for a second here. All right. So that's the dollar index. Now let's take a look at, let's go over to the euro. And there's the euro right there. You can see it's actually trying to get through the buy this morning. We're actually seeing, that much action. So they're starting to move away from the dollar. We see it in the dollar index. We see the euro going in the opposite direction, which is the second largest currency in the world, second largest economy in the world, the European Union, a whole bit. And so that is starting to show a little sign of life, and we can even throw a little green line that's trying to get into the buy, just to remind everybody that we're getting closer. We are through it at the moment. We'll just move it over one like so, and if it goes into the buy today, we'll move it back over. All right, so from there, let's put it up on J4X too and see what it looks like on the J4X platform, and we'll even go and take a look at it on our beta platform, just to give a flavor of all of the way it's trading. UAW has not. I thought they were going to resolve that, the big strike. And there you can see they're trying to get into the plus. It's got a green going on. We've got the fast algorithm. In this case here, it's a stochastic. The fast stochastic trading at 27.7. And we have the slow trading at 26.1. 26.2 there with a 28.0 on the fast. So it's trying to get into the buy here. We're seeing that strength kick out. We like to look at the fast and slow stochastics. I like indexes and cryptos. Would need light on possible reversals for major indices. Well, we're starting to see that. We're starting to see the first little chips at it. When we go and look at the, here is the, let's put the S&P 500 up there for you, and we'll show you the crypto at the same time, or right afterwards. Not there. I keep on doing that. Okay, there it is. So there's the S&P 500. It's trying to move up. We're trying to get into the buy, but so far not too good. Okay, now when we go and take a look at the, let's go over and look at the NASDAQ 100 or the Tech 100. Right there. We're seeing the same thing. It still is not getting into a daily buy. It's got a red dot. You see the weekly is still pressured. So we're watching and waiting for that. Now, when it comes to the crypto, let's show you the crypto ETF now. We're using that. We've moved away from the Bitcoin futures contract. And you can see here, it's been in a daily sell for a couple days. That's why we, it drops. The way our algorithm works, this is the daily right there in the center, Stanley. And so when it drops below the 0 line here, that tells us that there's weakness coming. And it did it on this day. We'll emphasize it a little bit more for you. And then you can see the next day it went and got pushed down, and right now we're up a little bit at the moment. Bitcoin is trying to lift again, and you can see we've been in the weekly buy underneath here since the I guess it's close to the middle of September. So we've been bullish on the cryptos on a weekly basis since mid-September, and we were in a daily buy right here. So let's move it over one right there. We went into the daily buy right here, and then it had the big nice move over the last, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 days, 7, 8 days now. We've had a nice move. In the last 3 days, there's been pressure on it, and we'll see how they play it today. I hope that helps you out there. And we will go back over that and get a little bit more in depth. But if you have any other questions, we'll go look at it again. We don't mind changing our direction around here. Took a sip of my tea. Let's take a look at the crypto over on our beta too. Oh, good. And here it is on our beta. Let's go over to the beta. The beta is even more bullish than our older system, right there. You can see on the daily, it fell into the sell for a couple days, and then here it's trying to push back into the buy again. Now this is showing a 7-day-a-week situation because the crypto cash doesn't stop trading, whereas like ETFs and futures contracts are a little bit more sloppier. And you can see here on the weekly, we've been in a weekly buy for 6 full weeks, going on a 7th week now. So there's a lot of strength out there. And that's that for the moment. Now, looking over at, and trust me, Stanley, if you have another question about anything, be my guest. You have a lot of questions? Good. Ask them. No problem. I can easily stop what I'm doing and go into a question because we believe here on this particular webinar and our ideas that you don't know where the next good trade can come from. And so if you have a question, your question might lead us to a good trade. We look at our technical analysis, we look at our algorithms, we look at everything, and all of a sudden we go, hey, I didn't even think to look at that. And because Stanley asked about it, we get a chance to look at something. So you ask anything you want, be my guest, because like I said, we don't really know where the next good trade can come from. And what I mean by that is, what product, what the algorithm is telling us to do. We're very comfortable with answering questions and looking at ideas and looking at our history and what our success and failure rate has been. So we're usually about 8.6 out of 10 times right. So, which is a nice statistic over the last 41 years. All right, or 43 years or something like that. And we have some back tested as far as 90 years. But we have 40 some odd years of live testing. So it's a pretty big number. All right, so from there, we'll go back to the currencies. And if Stanley finds something he wants to see, or just give us a shout on the chat line, we'll go right after it and stop what we're doing. Because again, we're just going through a consistency or a rhythm, nothing more than that. Now you can see here's the Great British Pound against the dollar, and it's trying to climb into a daily buy also. And the weekly is very close. It's trying to turn up. You can see it down here, very much on the edge, trying to get through the zero line, and now it's at minus 0.00139. So it's trying to turn up too, with the euro. And just looking at the dollar index, what we're really seeing more than anything else is that we're really starting to expect, a lot of the pairs trades moving up against the dollar. And we've been waiting for the dollar to back off for months now. Been waiting for our math to turn, and it's starting to turn now. So, you're tuning into something that might be more than just a couple days. You might become comfortable following our work. All right, from the British pound, and let's put that British pound 2 up on J4X right there. There it is right there. You can see that 4 days of pressure. Same way we have it over here. Where's that mouse at? Right there. See that pressure there? And interesting, it's trying to lift up. You can see the fast stochastic on J4X trading at 25.0 basically. And the slow is trading at 22.8. So we're seeing that strength. Try to get in. It's coming into the marketplace there. In other words, more buyers. And that's what our math really represents. More buyers than sellers, or more sellers than buyers, or neutral position where you can't get the buyers or the sellers to dominate. So, all right. Then from there we'll go over to the Swiss. There's the Swiss still lifting, which is a little surprising. I would have thought the Swiss, with the way I'm seeing the euro and the British pound against the dollar, I would think that the Swiss would have been moving down, but it's still showing some strength there. That's curious in its own right. Let's put it up on J4X. Oh, I see Stanley has a question. Good. Good. We like questions. All right, there it is right there. You can see that's a little surprising that we're seeing that strength there. Which time frame do you use to determine your directional bias? Using GBP dollar to instance. Well, what we do is we do a couple on the webinar itself. On the webinar itself, we look at a daily and a weekly. Let's go back to the cable for you. So here's the cable, and so this is the actual product itself. This is the spot, not the futures contract. Here is the daily signal. We put little lines in just to remind you that it's dropped underneath the zero line there, and then it went through the buy line, the bull side. Over here on the weekly, that's the sell, and on the green and the white. But this is a faster moving algorithm compared to the green and white, which are basically just a standard deviations off. Or in this case here, it's a different average, and that's the fast. And so you can see it went into the sell up in here, and then about a week and a half later, it goes into a sell right here. We follow that on a daily and weekly basis when we're trading overnight positions in general. So in other words, something on for 3 weeks, or you put it on with some time, and you have your stops, or depending on if you're using option derivatives, or whatever tool you use to get long or short. And what we do is we look at it on a weekly and daily basis. Then we can actually show you, since you said you like stock indices, let's show you. We don't pay attention to cable too much anymore on a day-to-day basis, intraday basis. But let me just show you. We do follow the S&P 500 on a day-to-day basis, intraday basis. And you can see right here, this is a 2023, just happens to match the year. 2023 chart. Each bar is 2023 ticks. You see right here, let's put a little line in there for you. There we are. Went into the bar sell right there, where it had been in the buy since right there. Let's just double check that. Minus. Okay, so it went into this. So it went into a buy here, and you can see that it went into a buy here. Went into a sell there. Whoop. Right there, it went into a sell there, and stayed in the sell until, even with it bouncing up and down, it didn't turn into the buy until right there. Then it went back into a sell right there. Went back into a buy the next bar right there. And then we went into a sell again right there. And that's where then we went into a buy right there. And now it climbed into the sell right there. So there's an intraday 2023 tick. We like that one when you're looking at an intraday trade. We like the daily and weekly when we're looking at a longer term, a longer term trade where you're going to hold on to it for days. And so that's how we function around here. Daily and weeklies, when both of them are in the same direction, we take the daily, we take that trade. If they're both in a daily buy and a weekly buy, then we get into a long position. If they're in a daily sell and a weekly sell, we get into the short position. And if the one is in a buy and the other one's in a sell, we steer as even. We stay neutral. How's that? And so you can see we use the same mathematics for all basically all three time frames in a sense. In other words, daily, weekly, and intraday. Same algorithms. And we use just different, what we call spatial time frames. Because we use intraday, we use ticks or contracts, Compared to dailies, we use just daily and weekly numbers, daily bars. Excellent, excellent. It's good to have somebody asking questions. We really like that. It makes more sense to us. And we talk about options here too. We're active option traders. Now you can see there on that intraday daily, it's still in the, went into the sell right here again, and you get your gratification out of it. It's still showing weakness. One of the longer term ones, we're looking at 18,023 ticks, and that went into a buy right here. Let's give you a line on that. That's where it went into the buy, and it's went into the sell, just that last bar right there. So, and then you can see, historically, or not, like the last 5 hours, went into a buy there, fell into the sell right there, and then moved back into a buy right there, so forth and so on. You see the sell right there. You can see what happened to the price of the product. And in this case, on this one, the intraday, the bar has to be full. So the green line and the blue line have to be together above the zero line. So in other words, once it goes into the sell right there, whereas right here you can see the green line was still just a teeny weeny little bit on the upside, and this was on the downside. So it doesn't push it into a sell until it both close on it, and it has to close on that. Then you can see the buy right there. And you can see when we go into a buy, products have a habit of going up in the future. And when they go into a sell, they have a habit of going down into the future, time frame wise. All right. Hope that makes some sense. There we go. I'm sure it does. You seem to be asking really good questions, so no problems there. Now let's get back to the daily and weekly. But if you want to see a daily or a weekly or an intraday on anything, just let us know and we'll go find it, okay? All right. From there, we were looking at the Swiss this morning. I'm a little surprised. Swiss is holding firm. I'm not sure what that's all about, because that means it's losing against the dollar, which seems odd because the cable and the euro are gaining. Excellent, Stanley. Excellent. We're real surprised, and we can, as old floor traders, we're really comfortable having multiple conversations almost at the same time. So we have no problem about talking about the markets and answering your questions. That does not bother us any. All right, now from there, and you can see on Swiss, on J4X, it's still lifting, and that's really curious. Same thing here in our old algorithm. It's doing the same exact thing. It's I'm not sure what that's all about. That's a little surprising. It's like they're selling Swiss, buying dollars. That's not norm, Usually they share in the responsibility. Can your chart be a little bold than it currently is? The daily chart, yeah, or the algorithms themselves. The second algorithm, or the third. In other words, this is the first is this. And what product do you want to see it a little bit? I'll make it bigger if you want. I can do that, or I can go like this too. See how I'm doing with the Swiss, where you can see it better. What part do you want to see bold? The lines maybe, or the daily bar itself, or? Oh, okay, good, excellent. All right, now. From the Swiss, which is, like I said, is really surprising us that they're not gaining. Let's take a look at the yen. Now the yen is trying to do the same odd thing, and that's trying to lift up and lose against the dollar also. It's a little odd going on that we're seeing strength in the euro and the cable, and we're not seeing it in the yen and the Swiss. Now the only difference with the yen is that you can see it went into the daily sell on Friday. They tried to take it down, and it's failing at that. Let's grab a little red line from something like right there. And we'll widen it out there so it looks a little bit clearer. And what's a little surprising is after that little push down, you can see here we're on that weekly. We've been in that weekly since all the way back. You can see that this is interesting, Stanley, right here. You can see we go into a sell on the fast right up in here. It goes into the sell and the slow down here at the bottom of the values, and then we get into a daily buy simultaneously. So you're not long and you're not short. You're neutral, and it rallies. And then we go into a sell here, but at that point, then it has switched gears again on us. It goes into the weekly buy, and there's your sell protecting you on the daily right there. So you're not getting beat up again. Then we get that same crazy action here. We get the, let's move that 0 line down too, right there. And then we get that same strange situation. We go into a sell, and at the same time, we are in the buy right here. Let's move one of these buying lines over. There's one right there. We'll steal that one. And so what's odd is that, in this big jumbly period right here, we're in the buy. Where is it? Right here. So here we are in a sell. And at the same time, we're in a buy again, being neutral throughout all this crazy action. Then it goes into a sell. But we're through the buy on the fast, and finally we get the thing to join in, and you get a sell, and let's see where that's at right there, and there's the sell, and then what happens is that it only lasts for 2 days, and jumps right back into the buy, makes a new low. But I mean, you have to be really tight on your stop, or if you're using an option spread, it's not that bad. And then we climb into the weekly buy right here and a daily buy, and it gives you all the money you gave up right here, if you gave up anything at all. And easily make 5 times more the money right there. Our math works that way pretty much all the time. It's very rare that it doesn't. If it doesn't make it after the first loss, it usually makes it after the second loss. It's very rare to see a third loss. So it's like if you played craps at the casinos. It's like betting the pass line. And if you put down $10 and lose, then you put $20 down. And if you lose, then you put down $40. And if you lose again, you put down $80. And sooner or later, you're going to get your money back, statistically. And in this case here, it's a lot faster. Our odds are even higher in success. So there's the yen. It's like I said, it's a little surprising that it's trying to start to turn up, but we're still in the sell. But we're in the weekly buy, so it's a neutral. So you never took the short here to begin with on that. You did take the long, which was all right because went into the buy here, and then had a couple of nice days up. All right, now from there, what do we go with from there? We go over to from the Swiss to the yen. We always go over to the Turkish lira. It's like the big experiment. The President Aragon, talking yesterday, no wonder their country's upside down. He's cheering on some interesting people that are definitely not the nice people. All right. So let's take a look at the Turkish lira. Right there. We follow the Euro Turkish lira. It went into the daily buy. Let's steal one of these daily buys. So it went into the daily buy on Friday. Let's widen that out. You see this poor product's been in a weekly buy since back here in the 28 area. And here we are flirting with the 30 area. They've done a really unsuccessful job at trying to make the Turkish economy functional. Oh, I'm glad you are drinking it in. We're really happy to talk about it. We're really happy that's why we do the webinar. It's why people liked us doing the webinar, the whole bit, because we enjoy doing this. And I can always complain about world events. They give me the room to complain about the Federal Reserve being stupid. It gives me room to get the frustration that I have with the lesser experienced institutions that are basically like, let's say, like a Bloomberg. The Bloomberg News Service is horrible. API is horrible. CNN is horrible when it talks to finance. CNBC is half and half anymore, but it's not very good like it used to be decades ago. Whereas I can talk about business news on Fox. The Fox Business Channel itself is great. I just like the Fox News Channel, and I'm allowed to, on the webinar here, to basically put out my opinion. So it's a fun time overall. All right. Oh, what's Stanley say? Stanley says, so when weekly and daily align in same direction, you do look at lower time frames too. Yes, and in your actual entry. No, I go with, well, I can commingle it, but to be honest, I just don't trade intraday that much on anything more than just the stock indices. I can spend money profitably in stock indices as I can in currency indices, profits, or commodity profits, or stock profits. I will use daily and weeklies to put bull spreads on, or bear spreads in options. And so that is how we play it. And we don't usually use the entry of a short term. Now, I don't. I do when it's with the S&P 500, because it's just easier to be focused in on. And I'm not young, and so I'm not that interested in having that many positions on. So we just kind of take it slow and steady around here. But you can, if if you're young and you're totally dedicated to trading, you can have many positions on using our work. And if you want to know more about our work, here, let me just show you. Let's see if I can find that page, just to give you a little help, since you're asking so many questions and you seem very interested in understanding us. Where is it at here? Trading, right there. And here is our website right there. You can always find me on Dukascopy every morning. And this is our website right there, Chicago Quant Technologies. And we have a beta system right now. We're letting people test for free, and because it's a beta, we're trying to kick out the problems out of it. There's a lot of problems because it's our own platform. So and that's the one right here I showed you. Where is it at? You can see it has this is the weekly. There's the daily, and there is the actually daily chart versus the algorithms. Daily algorithm, weekly algorithm, and then the chart itself. And we are going to have an intraday charting system with it too. We're going to get to that. I want to create a strategy around your strategy. Cool. Well, there's our website. If you want to communicate with us more, you can give Robin a call. And I think the phone number is on there too, or you can email him. There's the phone number right there, actually. Right there, Chicago Quant Technologies. I'm highlighting as we speak. You can give me a yell there, and you can always talk to us live right here every day. And then you can email them too. There's an email address there somewhere on the website. Let me see if I can identify it. It's around here somewhere. Nothing up my sleeve. Let's see. It's on here somewhere. I think it's Chicago Quant Technologies. Just go to the website, and there's a couple pages. Let's see if I can find it. I need to go to the. This is our algorithm. Let's see if we can get to Chicago Quant Technologies itself, because they both look a lot. I forgot that was. There it is, right there. There it is, right there, and there it is, right there. You can see the phone number, and then there's an email here somewhere. Let's see if I can find the email. I think it's down here somewhere. You can see that on there. I think you just click here or something like that, and I think we might even have a YouTube on there. Oh, it brings us to the Dukascopy website. That's what it does there. So that'll get you going. I can't. Oh, you can't. Can you post that? Yes. Here, we'll do it again. Here, we'll do this. There we go. Let's see if I got it right. There it is. Let me just do this again real quick, and then we'll go back to this. I believe that's it right there. I might have it spelled wrong a little bit there, but I think you'll have no problem Googling it. Just try that. And I think it's ChicagoQuantTechnologies.com. Let's see if I can find the... And there's the phone number if you want to talk to Robin. Let's see if I can find any of this. There you go. So, where are we at? We're looking at the Turkish lira, and again, it's it's not doing too much good. Let's say that. That's unfortunate. Now, from there, what we do is we go over and look at the largest BRIC currency in the world, and that is the South African rand. You see, we went into the sell there on Friday, and there's a little pressure on the downside, which means that it's gaining against the. Oh, you're welcome. It's gaining against the dollar, and since it's gaining against the dollar, let's see, if it's gaining against the dollar, it means that gold is going up. So let's take a look at gold. We're going to put it up on the J4X platform, and then we're going to go roam around and look at all the metals contracts. So you can see there 2 days of a sell. You see the fast stochastic trading in the 12.3 area, and the slow is trading at 34. So it's literally, what is that, 12 divided into 34. It's like 60 some odd percent lower. So they're putting some real pressure in on the South African rand at the moment, but it's at the low end of the range. You can see here, or you can't. Now you'll see it in a second. You can see right here, same situation going on. It's going into that sell just like here on J4X, and you can see that pressure. And then, let's see. You can see the weekly trying to break down again. And so we would expect to see gold. And let's go to gold. The December futures contract right there. You see gold is, it's not really up, which is a little surprising. It started up, but it's been in a daily buy for like 15 days now. It's been there in a while. And you can see the, what is that? The weekly's been in a buy for over 3 weeks. So it's pushing, it's trying to get going. And just as we're a little confused today why we're seeing a weak Swiss franc against the dollar and a strong euro against the dollar and a cable, which is surprising when the yen and the Swiss is not, is a little curious. And then we see the South African rand gaining against the dollar, and we're not seeing it in gold. Gold is actually down for the day, just a little bit, nothing major. So it's a little surprising there. And then what we'll do is we will take a look at silver and get a flavor of what's going on in the silver contract. Just want to save that there. There we are. So here's silver. And silver is lifting beautifully. Look at that. And it's been in a buy for over 10 days now. And it's in a weekly, it fell into a weekly sell last Friday, so you can't take it because we're in a daily buy. And then here we are, we're jumping right back into that weekly buy. So gold is not lifting, but silver is. Interesting. You can see it right there. There. So you can see there that the strength is coming into the silver again, which is, it has been kind of weak compared to the gold for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now. So now maybe they're joining in again. So silver's showing us that it's joining with the South African rand, and I would imagine gold will do the same thing throughout the day. They'll find ways to lift. There we are. And so then from there, we'll take a look at copper, which is like the Chinese major stock index. It went into the daily buy on Friday, but we're really still trapped in the weekly sell. So I'm not really comfortable. It's more like a dead cat bounce. That's how we describe that. We look at that action in copper and we realize it's more of a dead cat bounce situation. So, you can see there, silver has fallen from the $4 area down to the $3.50 area, and now we're making a nice little turn. But again, the weekly has been in that sell for a while. It's at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a sell. Now the fast algorithm is that's the blue dotted line right there. That closed in a weekly buy Friday. But the slow is not joining in, and we like to follow the slow more, when it comes to actually pulling the trigger and putting a position on. There we are. We'll save that. There. Now, from there, we go over to platinum. Now, platinum was being pushed down this morning. You see, that's all ended. Look at the strength in platinum. That's probably why silver is lifting. And we are finally getting into the weekly buy. So we're seeing some strength now in all the metal sector. And with platinum and silver lifting up like that, we really expect to see gold join in. And so I know that Jim Grant, one of the bond analysts for like the last 45 years, is toting that he thinks that gold is going to take off on the upside. So usually when gold takes off, we usually get stock market strength too. So we'll see if that and that's happening today, of course, but not anything really super powerful or anything. And I guess that's why we're seeing in many ways like what's it called, platinum and silver finally lifting up, showing us some real strength there. All right, now from there, what we do is we move over to the Canadian dollar, and we look at the energy sector, like oil, natural gas, Brent crude, and one particular stock of natural gas out of Europe in Spain. We keep an eye on that. If you're interested in anything else, just let us know and we'll show it to you. So here is crude oil right there. You can see it's trying to go down today, and you can see the weekly is being played with right there at the same time. Let's put Brent up on. Oh, let's do this. Let's put Canada up there. See what dollar CAD is doing. Dollar CAD's been lifting. It's lifting up still. Another one of those where normally when oil is going down, this is going up, and you can see overall the last 3 or 4 weeks it's been trying to find ways to go down and doesn't do it too well. And here we are now pushing down again, and you can see the weekly there. So, and the algorithm in this case here, it's a stochastic to match up somewhat to our algorithm, which has about a 69% statistical average to our algorithm. It's trading at 88, basically 88.5, is that? Or 86? Yeah, I think it's 88.5, 88.4. And the slow is at 90.2. So the fast, with all this action on the upside, this thing is trying to roll over. We're seeing some weakness in this stochastic itself. All right, now from there we go over and we look at crude, and there's crude, and we're going to throw on what are we going to do? We're going to throw on Chicago Quant's beta. We will put Brent on that. Let's see, is that it? BZF? I think that's it right there. There it is, right there. So you can see here. You can see Brent is trying to pick its head up. And the weekly has been in a sell. It has, and it was just last week that, let's go back over to crude oil. West Texas Intermediate was in a sell also for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And then it went into the buy, really small move into the buy. Let's widen that out so it can be seen better. Went into the buy last week, and sure enough, it's already playing with the weekly sell. And so it's failing in each way, and it's trying to tell you to become neutral to short. It's starting to really push into that like instantly. So it's something to definitely keep a track of. Can you look at NETH25 and BLK? Sure. BLK. Let's see what BLK is. Is that BlackRock? I think it might be BlackRock, right? And then we'll look and see what NETH is too. Let's see what NETH is. But I think BLK is BlackRock, isn't it? We'll double check both of those for you real quick here. Copy. And we'll go like that, and let's put it up on there. I'm double checking it first on another computer just to get a grip on it. So we go paste. There we are. That's a Netherlands stock indice. Okay, that's cool. So we'll get that up on there for you. Excuse me. And then from there we'll go over to let's see, is it that one? Let's put that in there. Yeah, that's BlackRock. Okay, so we'll get BlackRock up there for you, and we will get the Netherlands index. We can do that. Let's see. Netherlands index in, okay, and there's BlackRock. Let me add them to our system, and we'll have them up on the screen for you. Netherlands were very active option traders, which was really nice. Let's see. Netherlands, why am I not seeing the stock symbol? Let's try this. Scrutinize Memorial Index. No. Paste. Let's try this. There it is. So we've got the symbol for the CBOE Netherlands 25. Cool. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to load this into our system. We're getting there. There we are. No, that's not it. Hold on a second. Just accidentally put the wrong thing in there. Copy. There we are. Save. And let's put BLK in there also at the same time. Add. There we are. Now let's go over to our beta platform and let's see what it looks like together. We'll see it together for the first time. There we are. Let's see. Right there. There we go. Now we slide down. There is the Netherlands index. Let's see how that looks. Something's missing there. All right, let's try this and we'll fix the other one. I'm going to get rid of the N. I'm just going to be BNL 25. And we'll go from there. Now here is BlackRock. Now, BlackRock's been in a sell for a while in here. You can see that. A lot of pressure, especially here. And we went into the algorithm went in, where is it? The algorithm went into a sell. At the same time, we were in a weekly sell too. It's been in a weekly sell for a while. You see that that's on our beta platform. Now, let's go over to let's see right there. Let's see if we can get this and save. Let's see how that goes. Let's see if this will do it. Now, what I do is I go up to the top. And then we hit home. And so we go with that. That's BL. Okay, now let's try this. Is that it? That might be it. There it is right there. So you can see there the I think that did it. That did do it, didn't it? Yeah. It's looking right. And so you can see here that product's been in a sell for days now, a couple weeks. The weekly same situation in a long weekly sell. So there you go. We got those two up there for you. That's on our beta platform. Yep. That's good. All right. And BlackRock, same situation. I think that, let's see BlackRock again. I want to see how much it's come down. I mean, BlackRock, right there. BlackRock was at $700. It went into the sell in the $700 area and stayed in a sell all the way down to here, basically. What is that? That's the $620 area. Dropped about $80. At the same time, it's been in a weekly sell all the way through that. So you only take the sells. Every time we go into a sell, you take the sell side of it. You never take the buy side because we're in sells, on the weekly. You can see they've been nice wins each time. How's that? Who's that? Was that Stanley? Okay, Stanley. There you go. And like I said, if you talk to Robin, we have a beta test. We're looking for beta testers on our new platform. It's not working perfect, but it's better than anything else out there. I can say that. And we're tightening it up, and you can give us opinions on it and use it to follow and see what's going on, and just a whole bit. Alrighty. Let's see. From there, where we go from there? Oh yes, we're over in the oil sector. So we're a little surprised. We're seeing Canadian dollar. Let's just do it over here too at the same time. The Canadian dollar is climbing, which is losing against the dollar itself. A little weaker today, not much. Just a little. You see it right there, just dipping down a little. But we've been in a daily buy since back in here, and the weekly buy since back in here. And then when we look at the energy sector, again, we go over to that right there. You can see crude oil trying to move down. It's had a really hard time getting going. It went into the sell here and wasn't very happy about it. One day in a buy and back into the sell again with the weekly. So it really twisted us a little bit there, and we'll make it back. That's what we usually do. Can you be my mentor? Sure. Just contact them. That's no problem at all. And you always have us here live too at the same time, an hour a day. But yeah, you can contact Robin. Give him a call on that phone or the email address, info at Chicago. Let me see. I'll put the website. Not the website. I'll put up the what the hell do they call it? Email address. Let's see. Let me find it. We'll put it up on there really easily. Let's see. Here. Let me go over here and do it on the chat line. Let's see if I can find our email address and just cut and paste it. I'm not sure why it's not contact. Oh, here it is. I got it now. Let's see. Contact us. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put it up on the chat line. So we can, at least I think I can put it up on the chat line. Boy, let me do this on the chat line and help you out. What a project this is. I'm not used to getting that. Not many people ask us for our work. I mean, we have clients, but I mean, we don't. During the webinar, people rarely ask us actual questions. Actually ask us. I mean, they ask us questions. They don't ask for our information. There it is, like this. Okay, so it's like this. INFO at. If I can figure where at is on this thing. Yeah, at, like that. And then let's see, where is it at? And then what you do is you spell Chicago Quant Technologies for that. Hey, Robin, what's cooking? Oh, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. All right, now where are we at? Oh yeah, I want to check out the energy sector. Finish this off. So let's just get Brent up there. We had Brent up there, and I was a little disappointed at Power on that. You can see West Texas dipping down. When we go over to, where is it at? The back month of West Texas, same thing. It's dipping down also. And the natural gas, here's natural gas right there. You see natural gas is trying to dip down. And then what we do is we look at the natural gas energy company in Spain. So let's see, where's that at? Right there. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can find that. And then we're out of here. We're going to throw it up on J4X and we'll leave it at that. So here it is. This is the energy company down in Spain. And it was trading in the 26s all last week. I'm hoping it starts to break down more. Still hanging out in the 26s. 26.60 bid, 67 offer. So natural gas is staying relatively firm in Europe. All right, traders, that's it for us. We're going to head out, get ready for the market. It opens up in a few minutes. So this is Doc from North America saying, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Okay. All right, traders, have a good day now. Bye-bye. Catch you tomorrow. Same time, same channel.